Just when you thought it couldn't get worse than Boris Johnson. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming Liz Truss, Britain's stupidest ever Prime Minister. How can we trust her? Sorry, Liz Truss. I mean, it's the most ironic name since Nigeria had a president named Good Luck. He did not bring good luck. She's talked about how the country is in crisis and she needs to step in and make things better. Now, if I didn't know any better, I'd swear she's been in government this whole time. Look at her track record. It's less than stellar.
You say you had a plan. You had a plan in 2014 to build 200,000 new starter homes. That was 5 years ago. How many did you build?
Well, there haven't been as many starter homes as we would have liked.
How many did you build?
I don't have the exact numbers for you.
Well, it's easy to remember. It's zero. You built none under that plan. 200,000, zero in 5 years.
I've never seen a more incompetent party than this. Like, how is she the best they have to offer? Zero houses, like zero. And this is who is about to rule us. There's a health crisis, housing crisis, cost of living crisis. Are you gonna trust somebody that in the middle of a housing crisis said she was going to build 200,000 houses and didn't even build one? We are ruled by a party that literally fails up, and they pick the worst qualified people for each job. One Tory MP described her as not good, not bad, just odd. Have you looked at everybody in the Conservative Party? If those guys think you are strange, you know there is a problem. I guess the silver lining is this. Could have been worse. It could have been Priti Patel. We are about to be ruled by someone that's being voted in by 150,000 Tory supporters. That's 0.3% of our adult population. That isn't democracy. As a Nigerian, it does kind of make me feel a bit comfortable. Corrupt party, you know, maybe soon I'll be able to bribe police officers and get them to leave me alone. But I mean, that aside, things are not about to get better. Buckle up, guys, because this is going to be a bumpy ride. And unlike Boris, she's not even funny. Liz Truss is about to declare China an official threat for the first time. It's us you want to drag into a situation with China. You want to bring smoke from China to us. You have that one friend that just drags you into beef that you're not ready for. And then when you get knocked out, they're like, oh, sorry, I didn't know, innit? This is exactly what we've got ruling us now. You know that girlfriend that starts fights with you, right? That starts fights, goes and hits the bouncer, then hides while you're getting beat up, saying, no, Darren, no, leave it, Darren, no. That's what Liz Truss is doing with China. Listen, China, we have no problem with you guys. Liz Truss, shut up. Leave them alone, please. We have enough problems. Why do you want to create more? Liz Truss is someone who has spent a large portion of her life cosplaying Thatcher. Pictures with tanks and in aircrafts. Thatcher sold off the water, sold off the trains, sold off the gas, fucked up the housing. She is the reason why we're in this mess. Why are we allowing somebody who wants to be the person that caused our problems to rule us? Insanity is repeating the same action and expecting a different result. We are the poorest we've ever been. We can't afford to pay our bills, and now we want to have people in power ruling us who don't know what it's like to use an electric meter, who don't know what it's like to sleep on the floor, who don't know what it's like to have cereal with water. Yes, I've been that broke. Who don't know what it's like to raise a sofa to look for change. Who don't know what it's like to not be sure whether your Oyster card has enough to take you on the bus and just pray for the best results. These people don't know what it's like to be in overdraft. These privileged bastards are the reason we're in this mess. And here we are, allowing more of them to get in power. It makes no sense. You cannot have a wolf in charge of a farm. If you don't have 500, 600, 700 grand in your account, liquid and assets, and you like Tories, you are a fool. You're like the equivalent of that Dave Chappelle character that's blind and hates black people.
White power!
That's what you are. You are supporting the person eating you and telling everyone else to keep quiet on the table like you're not on the menu. Meanwhile, you're pouring gravy on yourself and you're about to get munched.
They hung me up here 5 years ago. Every night they'd take me down for 20 minutes, then they hang me up again, which I regard as very fair. And if nothing else, it's taught me to respect the Romans. And it's taught me that you'll never get anywhere in this life unless you're prepared to do a fair day's work for a fair day's... Shut up!
Things have gotten progressively worse. In every single sphere of life, it's more and more expensive for kids to have a further education. NHS is slowly dissipating. We're poorer. It's impossible to afford a home now. If you're renting, it's becoming more expensive to rent. It's harder to pay bills. While inflation is going up, our salaries, the money we're making, is not going up. But don't worry about the cost of living crisis, because Liz Truss has opened up new pork markets.
In December, I'll be in Beijing, opening up new pork markets.
Pork markets? Are you... Boris, we're sorry. Come back. That's going to be our prime minister. Liz Truss has no answers for the cost of living crisis that she created. But the media, oh, thank God for the media.
We'll pay your energy bills for 4 months if it stops on that.
Nice.
How are your energy bills? Are you a bit worried about it all?
Major.
Yeah.
Are you?
I've got one of these prepayment meters and it's absolutely murder.
Oh, God.
Right, well, let's hope it lands on one of those. Round and round it goes. Where it stops, nobody knows. It is going to be... It's your energy bill!
What planet are these people living on? Now, here's some food for thought for fellow patriots. Tories love to wave the flag and act proud to be British, but these are the same people that sold our national assets to foreigners, to China, to France. The French are going to have a 4% cap in their energy rates. We have an 80%. That's 20 fucking times difference, because they own their shit and ours. Thanks to your patriots that you love, patriots that don't mind shit being poured in our waters. Our friend Ms. Truss was in charge of the Department of Environment, Food and Rural Affairs. She oversaw efficiency plans to reduce Environment Agency funding by 235 million. This included 24 million cut from a government grant for environmental protection to prevent the dumping of raw sewage. So literally, not only is she full of shit, she's not allowing it to seep into our waters.
That is a disgrace.
If you're truly a patriot, then you should hate these actions. Surely you can see, right wing or left wing, that we are royally fucked and ruled by absolute morons who aren't even pretending to give a shit about this country anymore. Ms. Truss is very, very anti-union. She's gonna make moves to disempower them, because how dare they demand for better working conditions or better pay. And I think that's quite sad, because you think about it, the concept of a union is very British. It's very democratic. Where would this country be without the working man and woman? They put together this system that we all live in comfortably, and they do jobs we don't even know exist to keep the machine going. And here we have someone that's probably hell-bent on destroying unions so that these men and women cannot request better working conditions, better pensions, and better payment. I think it's sad that somebody can sit in an office and tell people who, for the most part, break their back in labor, whatever it is they're doing to keep this great country running, that they no longer have the right to even complain. Because you don't realize all the things that you enjoy thanks to unions. The fact that you look at weekends differently from the week is down to the union. Things like sick pay, things like maternity leave, things like health and safety, things like pensions, things like no more child labor. When they come for the unions, there is nothing stopping those things from being reversed. On the topic of unions, the country fell in love with Mick Lynch because he's straight talking, he makes sense, and he genuinely cares for people other than himself. Working class voices are relatable, but they're just not given the platform. We need more working class voices in the political arena. We need more empowered working class people speaking for the general population. I've had enough of this eaten mess. It's time for a new dessert. At this point now, we need to do away with this left-wing, right-wing nonsense, because the whole bird is rotten. We need to all come together and find a way to unite on our common needs and causes and get rid of this entire system and throw it away, because it's all bullshit. These people already have everything, but still they want the power. They want to rule over us. And they don't care if they destroy the very country which they rule. I think Liz Truss is the female incarnation of Emperor Nero. She's going to fiddle and enjoy herself and entertain herself while England burns. We're not funded by billionaires. It's independent. We are for the people, with the people, and by the people. So if you want media that cuts through the bullshit and is merciless to the politicians, exposing them for the bastards that they are, regardless of their ties, then support us. Link to the Patreon's right here for you, and join the army, man. Join Double Down News on Patreon.